community. $17 cents. Telling our stories. (24/7). This is Ketchikan.
This is Debbie Carlson, and I am live out here on the fishing grounds with my friends from KPU aboard a Clover Pass boat. I'll tell you what, these Clover Pass rentals are really awesome. I want to say happy derby fishing to everyone, and I want to let you know, now here's the update. Right now, Matthew Smith has brought in a 33.4 pounder at Clover Pass.
Hold them over the edge.
There you go. Okay, hold on.
All right, we're gonna pull some of these golden Alaskan king crab up out of the tank. We're gonna get them ready for the hot water. Me and Derek can relate to that hot water thing because we've been in hot water most all of our lives.
Pretty much.
So look, he's trying to go back in.
This guy's trying to go back to
He knows
sea.
his fate.
These crabs know their future, and it's not a bright one.
Okay, we're gonna take these guys down on the dock. We'll get them cleaned up, ready for the pot.
Not going far.
Okay, very cool. So what are you doing now? Why did you bring them out here?
We're gonna bring them out here, take their backs off, clean them, prepare them for cooking. It's the easiest to do down right on the dock. We're gonna show you the crab fisherman's technique.
All right, if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one of these golden king crab, you might want to know just how to clean these things up.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Hometown Heroes. As you can see, we are going to visit with yet another one of Ketchikan's most interesting people, one of the legendary float plane pilots from all of Ketchikan's history, right here. Enjoy the show.
Retired.
Retired, now retired. You're very proud of that. Why did you decide to retire all of a sudden?
Well,
Has
it
this
was
been
just-
planned or?
Yeah, sort of. You know, I flew for 42 years and I had
Just wake up one morning and say, I think I'll build a plane today.
No, ever since I moved here, I've owned a number of different airplanes besides the ones that I flew, you know, that were my business airplanes. And most of them were Pipers, and they were fabric built just like this. This is a tubular metal frame with a fabric covering. And so I had rebuilt a couple of those airplanes, recovered them, so I was familiar with the process. So there was no problem at all.
Okay, everyone ready? Now, for the audience, we're using a GoPro camera on Julie, so she already has her coveralls on, her protective coveralls. So we're gonna hold her back behind the start line until these guys have gotten their coveralls on as well. All right, ready, set, go. 2 minutes to hide.
Put your mask on.
Folks, we just wanted to thank you for your cooperation. This is the 16th annual Great Blueberry Ball Roll, and we're going to set the balls off in just a second. So cheer on your ball. For everyone that purchased, thank you very much on behalf of Ketchikan Youth Court.
All right, welcome to the 2014 Blueberry Festival Ball Roll, all to benefit Ketchikan's Youth Court. We've got 1,000 blue balls coming down, and whichever one lands in that chute is going to win the big prize. Looks like they're getting ready to take the balls, and Glenn is up there, big supporter of the Youth Court, getting ready to dump the balls. A couple years ago, we almost had one land in your living room. Let's see if that happens again.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope we're doing what we're supposed to for you. I hope you enjoy the evening. Welcome to Ketchikan.
Here we go.
Jack Duckworth. Good to see you. Good to see you again. All right, man. Here we go. It's fight night.
It is fight night.
All right. Let the people know what we're looking forward to seeing tonight.
Well, I think the biggest fight we got out there is Willie Hayward rematching with John Smith. Willie Hayward looked awesome.
Are you sure you wanna see it all? That feeling that's magical. Are you sure you wanna see it all? That feeling that's magical.
Recovered nicely by Juno. They'll send it back over. There's Bonk with the pass to the middle. Bartholomew. Good kill.
That one hit right back to Paulson. Hits him in the leg. Makes a bad throw over to third. And that's going to score at least one run. Boy, Paulson took a hard shot. Came right off the bat, hit him in the side.
Is that what you gaffed him at, or who put that hole in his head?
He broke the harpoon, so we shot him 3 times.
Oh, is that what that is? And that's all it took? Let's take a picture of him. Boy, he's got teeth. Tough to get a handle on him. There we go. Can you get that to scale? How big does he look? So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna just try to mince this up the best I can. And I'm gonna let the citric acid and the lemons cook this down for me. It'll take about a half an hour to an hour for this thing to really set. And this color you see in this fish won't be that way at all. I mean, it's almost like this, this fish almost looks translucent, and then after it's cooked through, it'll just be that white opaque, like if you just poached it.
I was working for a guy, so I ended up in Ketchikan after being in Anchorage, Homer, Kenai, Soldana, Kodiak, all over Alaska. So I come to Ketchikan, and I want to become a U.S. citizen. And so he was the officer at the time, so I met him, and then he's like, "Oh, so are you ready for your test?" And I was like, "Yeah." So, you know, I went to pass the test, and my third question, I totally didn't know anything about history. And he's like, "Well, you have a place, you know, you have a restaurant, so you need to learn the history." And I was like, "Well, so how am I gonna do it?" And he's like, "I'm gonna send you to high school." You know, 30-year-old going to high school. I'm like, "Really?" So he's like, "Yeah." So he sent me with Ortiz. That's the last name of the teacher. So I went to learn the history of the U.S. And then after I learned that, I think it was like 6 months waiting after I learned. So I went to him again, and then I passed the test. So he's been a very good person in a very good way for me, you know. Not only for that, he's a great person, and he helped me in a way that I never thought someone was gonna help me out. So that was really good.
There are not that many people in this town. I mean, and the folks that live here or have lived here for a while go back a long ways. When a town's 120 years old and your grandparents were here, they were here at the early days. I mean, the really early days of Ketchikan. So not everyone, but lots of people have ties with people in the community that go back to the very beginnings of this town. So it's not just a history. It's like your own family tales.
Exactly.
It's exciting to see what's happened. It's interesting to know the interrelationships. I tried to talk my wife into doing a genealogical study basically saying who was here in the very beginning, how many of their offspring are currently here.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
But it becomes, I mean, it goes every which direction, and the interties and connections, and people move in and move out but come back. I mean, it's just...
That would take years.
Yeah, it would take a lifetime to get all those connections there, but still, I think it's fascinating to see people who know and that their grandparents were involved in stuff. And it's also interesting, there isn't the shame involved with any of the people that were fudging the edges of the law either. I mean, it's fun to get involved.
It's like a rite of passage with every family tree.
Yep, and so it's, and I don't think that, and when you think back, all of the people that were here, there was a huge chunk of them that were involved in slightly shady operations, from fish piracy to supplying, well, my wife's uncles were supplying the bootleg ingredients. So they would provide the sugar and get all of the stuff to these guys so they could make their moonshine and their beer and what have you. So there are all those connections. To me, it is that naughty part of the past that's the most fun to talk about. But then it's just also great to see those connections and watch people get excited when they see the pictures of their parents and their grandparents when they were young.
KPU Telecommunications, located in Ketchikan, Alaska, uses the backdrop of beautiful Southeast Alaska to bring the highest quality local television to our community and beyond. Utilizing just a small staff of 2, along with 3 part-time videographers, our team creates new shows weekly for our 17 channels of local television. Our powerful documentaries on living with disabilities and a full-length movie on domestic violence have been featured on the State of Alaska's website in 2 local movie premieres and are planned to air on PBS in 2015. By actively engaging our arts and Native communities, we were able to be featured in the Emmy Award-winning Ketchikan Story Project. With the community as our stars, we have been able to produce highly entertaining shows that highlight everything Ketchikan has to offer. From Liquid City Sessions featuring local music to our ever-popular Celebrity Chef Show, we truly offer Ketchikan an interactive TV experience with over 10 different shows produced in-house. KPU TV takes local event coverage to the next level, not only by covering Ketchikan's best, but also creating our own noteworthy events, like this year's Ketchikan's Ultimate Outdoor Challenge. This outdoor challenge pitted 4 contestants against each other in the rugged outdoors of Ketchikan. To create this never-before-attempted event, KPU teamed up with students from the Alaska Cast and Crew Advancement Program. KPU is one of 7 awardees of this historic grant that helps train locals to work in the growing Alaska film and TV industry. And through this grant, KPU graduates have worked on the set of National Geographic, Discovery Channel, and more. In December of 2014, our grant partner, Ketchikan High School, was awarded a $20,000 prize from Samsung, based on the education received through the Alaska Cast and Crew Advancement Program grant. And we haven't forgotten the hometown favorites, K-High Sports. From baseball, basketball, football, and more, KPU TV covers all the K-High action to include every sport and activity, offering Ketchikan's only truly professional sports coverage. Covering local government is the bread and butter of most local TV, and KPU TV's 2014 coverage of the Alaska gubernatorial race appeared on C-SPAN. With exclusive access to high-level politicians and candidates, KPU TV brings political news to a town that has no 5 o'clock news. Our coverage of the historic Keel Lane for the Alaska Marine Highway was featured on Fox News in Anchorage, and no one can forget the impact of social media as a way of engaging the community. Live in Ketchikan's social media accounts have grown by 2,000%, and YouTube hits are nearing 50,000. KPU TV has caught on, and in the summer of 2014, KPU TV was the feature article in Alaska Business Monthly. And our team was awarded overall excellence in government programming from the Alliance for Community Media.